Hi, this is Conrad Zimmerman of FistShark Marketing, here to remind you that this show only exists because of listener support. Not only that, but the entirety of our self-worth as human beings, too. So just visit patreon.com/FistShark or click the big Patreon button at FistShark.com for more details on how you can make us feel better about being the horrible people we are. And thanks for listening.
Val Kilmer's a computer now.
So, by that you mean he is working with a computer company? That he is...
Like he's a spokesman? Like you got him a spokesman gig at Compaq or something?
He's dressed as a computer, selling chips for Circuit City, where Circuit is state-of-the-art.
Think of the Hollywood actor I've just mentioned, and repeat the phrase, Val Kilmer is a computer now, and... just take a guess at what I mean.
Oh, he's pretending to be an internet cafe somewhere, isn't he?
Yeah. Paulson, this is one thing you may not know. Actually, do you mind if I call you Paul?
I suppose, yeah. You can
Yeah,
call me
it's
Paul.
just, it's no offense. So I knew a Paulson, worked with him, and whenever he ate, he wouldn't blink. Just eyes wide open, glassy, as he chewed. And looked at me sometimes, like, ugh. Anyway, point is, Val Kilmer's a computer now, that's his thing, and I'm not entirely sure what, if anything, to do about it. He situated himself in the town square, with a keyboard duct taped to his belly, and he's just letting people have a go on him.
That's incredible. So he's a cyborg. We've reached that future. We've reached RoboCop.
Yeah. I mean, we've reached RoboCop if RoboCop was a nude, flaccid actor in the middle of a town square with a keyboard duct taped to his belly, inviting people to have a wrinkle-tinkle on his keys.
So what is he offering access to email, web searches?
Oh, all your websites. You know, he's like, hey, come on, get on your websites with me. Send an email, draft your invoice. He really wants to offer the full computing experience. As you so astutely pointed out, he is offering web cafe services for free, currently, to the good people of Boston who just have to walk up and tap away.
Well, that's incredible. So he has the ability to access the internet from his mind? He has the capacity to search websites through his brain? He must have some cybernetic aspect to this.
Not really. He doesn't have a monitor per se, nor is he connected via Ethernet to any sort of traditional internet as we've come to know it, as we've come to understand the World Wide Web. He kind of does it all from memory.
Like he's cached? His entire brain is a web cache.
Kind of. That's what he claims, anyway.
I mean, there was nothing else occupying that space anyway.
That's
true.
I
mean, it's feasible.
Well, it's why he's so good at his lines. It's why he's never had to do a second take, ever, of anything. And if a director asks to do a second take, he punches them. He has an impressive array of websites stored in his mind. And if you type it, he will describe the website and what you're seeing on it. In kind of like a D&D dungeon master, if you will. You scroll down the Facebook feed to see someone has posted a meme of a dog.
But if you're typing into a keyboard, that's electric. That's got to go to some chips or circuits somewhere. I mean...
It is electric. It is an electric keyboard. A musical keyboard. It's a Casio.
So you... How would... No. Yeah, are you sure? How could you play a tune and have Val Kilmer suddenly remember everything that happened on youthemannowdog.com?
One of the many mysteries of Val, you know, we don't know exactly how his mind operates, but I've seen people walk up to him and press the keys GOOGLE.com on the keyboard, and then he's brought up Google, and by that he means, you know, you see a search bar emblazoned with the logo Google. What will you do next?
He says that a lot.
Yeah.
Wait. The O key? The L key?
There's a G, there's a D, there's an E. I don't think there's an O note.
Is he creating new musical keys?
Well, he's got 26 keys on the keyboard, and they all correspond to a letter. That's all I know. He's never gotten it wrong. I mean, he gets it wrong sometimes if people don't say the name of the website before they start hammering the keys on the keyboard. But otherwise, 100% success rate.
Essentially, if you say to Val Kilmer, Google.com, he will say, "You're looking at Google.com, sir." And that's the internet?
Yeah. And then, you can search things. Just type whatever you want to search for. Maybe you want to search for Tub Girl or something like that. And he'll bring it up and he will describe in lurid, vivid, extraneous, lengthy detail what you're looking at. He won't do the porn sites until after 9 p.m, though.
Well, that's respectable, at least.
Well, he's very civic-minded. I mean, the fact that he is 100% bollock naked while he's doing this, apart from the keyboard, of course, is maybe a little undermining of that fact. But with that in mind, there's no way the printer works if he's got his trousers on.
Where's the printer?
Yeah.
Where's the printer? Well, it's Val. He is a 100% all-inclusive computing system. He prints. He scans. He doesn't scan.
But he does print.
He prints. Yeah. Here's the thing. And maybe you could help me work out what's more impressive. That he fit that many reams of paper up his asshole, or he's able to squeeze out a sheet at a time with typeface in Times New Roman font, perfectly written letters in his poo.
No, I think that the actual printing is more. Don't get me wrong, impressive that you could get 5 reams of paper in an asshole.
Right.
Yeah, that's not easy.
I was leaning towards the fact that his anus can apparently manipulate his own fecal matter to squirt out beautiful Times New Roman letters, but then I found out he couldn't do wingdings, so...
Well, that just blows my whole business card idea.
Right?
And we're sure that, I mean, he didn't just shove paper up his ass that already had poo writing on it, right?
No, because I've had to change the spool. There's a light shit smell.
Well, that's to be expected.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, whose documents don't smell of poo?
I don't know anybody.
Right?
Yeah.
In this day and age, right? It's 2016.
Mm-hmm. So he's just giving these services away for free?
Yeah. I mean, can we charge? Knowing Val, he wouldn't care or even probably notice if we just stood next to him taking $5 a pop.
No, probably not. I mean, the worst case scenario, we could just save ourselves the time and effort, stick a hat next to him, and, people will just assume it's some sort of performance art.
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, I'm just saying my time is more valuable than standing next to Val Kilmer and collecting fivers. If we were doing 20s, that'd be different.
That's true, but I don't know if we can justify 20. I mean, the games running on the system just aren't that impressive graphically. I mean, I say games. He claims he's got Pac-Man, but you're just wanking his cock off.
Gentlemen, as you well know, the city of Boston is a bit of a crisis right now.
There's a food shortage on the way.
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad. The banks are empty. It doesn't look like it's going to be a bumper crop for cranberry.
Yeah. On the plus side, I bought all of the bread in Walmart, and I'm selling it for $100 a loaf.
That's supply-demand, that's what I say.
Free market.
The city does think they have a solution. They just need us to sell it. So, here's what they're thinking.
Do tell!
If people are hungry, there is a readily available source of meat anyone has access to. Themselves.
Themselves, you say?
Yeah, I mean, people are all made of meat, right?
I can't deny that.
I'm made of meat, you're made of meat, Paul's made of meat.
Yeah. The only one around here who isn't made of meat is Craig, who's made of stank.
He's disgusting. He's a disgusting, repugnant human being.
That pussy be stinking!
I can't even call him human. He's so subhuman.
Yeah.
And you know how I feel about humans. I mean, they're already...
practically subhuman.
Ugh. But that's the idea. If we can get people to just sort of take their minds off of other food and make use of what they have at home, then we can get through this together. That's what the city's thinking. So we need to come up with some good pitches for how we could promote this idea of auto-cannibalism.
Right. Convince people that the best way forward and to face the oncoming food shortages that are sure to sweep across America is to just eat themselves as a renewable crop. Does that work in science?
I think so, because I mean, you're taking the nutrient material out of the body, but you're replacing it with the nutrient material that you're consuming from the body. So I think it's it's a complete cycle.
Yeah. I mean, when I cut my hair, it grows back.
Right.
So technically, if I take an ice cream scoop and use it to like just chunks out of my thigh, it just grow back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it might take a little time, but yeah, I would assume so.
When would I need to eat more leg?
Probably the next day, the day after.
I'll grow back by then. This sounds like a really good idea.
No.
No.
I've eaten my fingernails before when I was really nervous, and they don't grow. First of all, they're not very filling, and they don't grow back very quickly.
But we're not talking about eating fingernails. You can't have a dinner from that. You can make a dinner from your leg.
But it takes a long time and a lot of food.
Right. Well then, cut off more of your leg so it grows back faster.
Yeah. Well, it's like trimming back a plant. You know, when you trim back a bush, it grows back faster and fuller and more vibrant.
Exactly.
I would assume the leg would do the same thing.
I mean, it just makes sense to me.
I mean, we could be making track stars out of these people.
Yeah, and worse comes to worse, great weight loss technique.
And think about the environmental impact. If you're not buying food grown on some farm somewhere, you're not contributing to all of the carbon emissions that those are creating. I mean, this is a green, sustainable foodstuff. So we need to cook up a slogan.
That sounds good. Let's see. Auto-cannibalism, where even the preparation is slimming.
Ooh, I like that. How about just sort of direct to the point? You are what you eat.
Classic. I like that. It's very 50s, that slogan. Very Mad Men from the 50s.
It calls back to a simpler time, something we're all nostalgic for.
Kids with lollipops.
It's not simple. No, we're gonna. If people start eating themselves and they lay blame on us for the damn.
Well, they won't lay blame on us. They'll lay blame on the government.
Yeah,
that's the best thing about government work.
Well, we're not responsible. It was their idea.
Yeah, like Mayor Dooley will take credit for it, and therefore any potential fall. Although I don't see how this is going wrong. Why haven't we all been eating our legs before now?
It seems so obvious.
That's a good slogan. Eat your leg. You'll wish you could kick yourself afterwards for not doing it sooner. It's a bit long.
Okay, how about a compromise? How about as opposed to eating your own leg, which you need in order to support your body weight and to walk, because there's no way to sell that. Maybe if you suck out your own fat and fry just a little bit of your skin in it.
Well, I mean, that works.
It's like bacon.
That works for breakfast if you want pancake.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. You could certainly cook in fat.
Yeah.
But do you really want to eat fat?
Yeah, like that's. I'm thinking of Thanksgiving when someone's ass is going in the oven.
Right.
Imagine that big juicy rump. I mean, that could be a good poster. Imagine that. A huge quavering bare asshole on a silver platter with Thanksgiving more like Spanksgiving. Parentheses, because it's an ass that you are eating. Parentheses within parentheses, your ass.
I mean, there's a market for it, but it's a tough sell for the general populace.
Is it though?
But these are tough times.
These are tough times. Everyone's got to make savings. In this economic crisis, which we're probably still in, we've got to look to home. Charity begins at home. So does your food supply. That mons pubis ain't doing no one any good. Put it in a yogurt.
Earlier you brought up pancakes, and I almost was sold on the idea, as I recalled Van Halen's hit tune, Pancake. Oh, it's actually called Pound Cake, but we can work with that. We can twist it. Love my baby's pancake. And it's, a portion of your baby.
Yeah, like just like the lips and the eyelids.
That you can feed that right back to him.
And he'll just grow some new ones next day, and then, food.
But you see what I'm saying? That is
so. Well, you're saying. I think I see what you're saying. I think I see what you're saying, and I'm with you. You're right. It's it may be a tough sell to get people to eat themselves, but maybe we can get them to eat their babies.
Well, they can make a new baby faster than they can make most of their leg, probably, if they eat the whole leg. But babies are kind of cherished in at least American culture, I think in most cultures.
What?
Babies, yep. It turns out that the life of a baby is sometimes more valued than the life of a
Well, that's
adult.
absurd. A baby doesn't make any money.
Baby can't do my taxes.
Babies can't tailor my suits. They can't fix my car.
They can't drive me to Starbucks.
They can't work at the Starbucks and make me my coffee.
Baby can't clean a window.
What the hell's a baby good for other than dinner?
Yeah. Mow my lawn, baby. You can't get in my tum-tum.
Whoa, wait, now we're eating? I thought we were eating ourselves. Now we're maybe...
Yeah,
if you think about it, the baby's just a byproduct of the human. I mean, it's really sort of like the fruit of the human, if you think about it.
It is. Juicy fruit. Crack it open. Tasty. Nature's candy. A baby can't even buy an iPhone. What good is it?
Seriously.
Have it for breakfast.
That should really be the criteria under which we determine what is a sentient being.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Yeah.
Can you buy an iPhone? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
If so, then, we won't eat you. If not, gonna turn you into poo. After I've eaten you.
But...
Can we apply this metric across all of humanity? I mean, maybe that's actually the solution. It's not eating ourselves or eating our babies, but simply eating the people who are either too poor or too stupid to buy iPhones.
Which would, in turn, have a wider knock-on effect in helping alleviate the food crisis.
Well, we've solved it, gentlemen. I feel really good about this.
I'm on board with it. For Boston and the greater Boston area, why not eat the poor?
If we're able to get Van Halen to do a version of Pound Cake about eating babies, then maybe...
You're really stuck on this Van Halen thing.
I love Van Halen. They're very good. You guys, Fitbit? Not anymore. They're about to get knit out of the situation. They're about to be picked up and split out of the stores because we're going to replace them. We've got it. We're going to beat Fitbit. We're finally going to beat Fitbit.
Oh, that's great. This wearable stuff is totally taking off. I can't believe the number of chumps we've convinced to wear watches again.
Absolutely. And the fact that Fitbit has had this stranglehold on the check your steps, check your weight, check your sleep, check your heat, all of the different things it can check has been killing me, has been eating me up because it's just not fair.
I know. I mean, well, you've been talking for weeks about how you're looking into combating Fitbit and coming up with an alternative, a rival, something that would just blow them out of the water, and it's sounding
we
like
have so cracked it. We have Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, on board for a new wearable fitness device.
The father of the all original Puff.
The one and only. It is okay. It is, I believe, going to be called, this is just tentative, but for now we're calling it the Pediddy meter.
The Pediddy meter.
The Pediddy meter.
I like it. It is a bit like the word pedometer, but he's roped in P. Diddy, which has infinite market sales potential.
Tons of name recognition there, yeah.
It's a great gag as well. P. Diddy meter, pedometer. It's a fun. It's
pretty funny. The pedometer is already through the testing phase, and it's gonna one up Fitbit through a surprise. And
Fitbit, never even heard of them now.
Yeah.
Fitbit,
yes,
shit,
whatever.
Yes.
So it's going to track like heart rate. It's going to track, hydration. It's going to track steps. It's going to have some sort of step goal thing. It's going to be all wired up to the internet.
Basically everything a Fitbit can do, except with the backing of the one and only Diddy of the P.
That's fantastic. That's
already
so...
and it detects, it tests, it reads how much you hate pedophiles.
Huh.
I didn't really... I didn't know that was something people needed to quantify.
Yeah.
It is something that a lot of people want to know about themselves. It is something people want to know about other people. It is something we all aspire to lose as much weight and hate pedophiles as much as we can. It's also... Sean Puffy Combs did misunderstand the meaning of the word
pedometer.
Pedometer? Yeah, because it did sound like there were two jokes you could go with. P. Diddy monitor, P. Diddy monitor, and pedometer as two distinct goofs. But it feels like they've gone with both of them because they just couldn't or wouldn't choose and commit to
They maybe didn't think either idea was very good, so they thought two bad ideas together.
But combined them, and you might actually get some sort of audience traction. Okay, well that's fair enough. I do hate weight and pedophiles, so I mean it is more or less the same issue. At least two different sides of the same coin. It's
emotional health. It measured solely in how much you hate pedophiles.
Yeah.
And physical health in terms of how many calories you took in.
Burn those calories.
Burn those pedophiles. Burn anything that hurts you, be it fat.
Yeah, burn it all. Burn it down.
And a secret twist that Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy, is promising with the pedometer is... if enough people gather their hatred for pedophiles together, Biggie Smalls himself is coming back to life and bringing on the rapture.
What?
It is a religious, emotional, physical health all in one. You are a better religious person, you're a better emotional person, and you're a more healthy person if you wear the pedometer.
So this is like an all-in-one health solution, the pedometer.
It's pretty much a replacement for your frontal lobe. It does everything you needed to do with your life for you. It tells you how to live in every way.
You don't have to think anymore.
No.
But I mean that's the number one cause of weight problems, is thinking too much.
That's true. That's true.
Why sit there and think when you could be out burning those cows?
And it measures the units in how much you hate pedophiles in a very motivating way.
I'm very curious about that, about how exactly it measures the hatred that you may have for pedophiles at any particular given moment.
Yeah, we've got the unit of measure. It is scientific. It is weighable. It is measurable. We haven't come up with a name that works because pedometer, like kilometer, has already kind of been used. I don't know if you have any thoughts.
Fiddles.
Oh, a measure of fiddles.
A measure of fiddles. I hate a pedophile by, say, 30 fiddles, which is 10% more fiddles than last week.
I love it, but knowing Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy, he may insist that we call them P-diddles. He's very big on branding. He's big on.
He does
on
like his
message.
name everywhere.
Yeah. But I like
can
fiddles.
compromise on that. P. Diddles works just fine.
So all right. Going with that for now. Each time you hate pedophiles even more than you used to, the pedometer sounds off with just a piece of that pie that you want. So let's say right now you think, oh my God, I wish I was shoving a rake up a scummy guy who's a bad guy, a pedophile guy's ass. All of a sudden you would hear, Junior Mafia, Biggie Smalls, baby. Just a little bit of a reward each time.
Fascinating.
And this, of course, is contagious.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you hear one person's pedometer going off, Junior Mafia, Biggie Smalls, baby. And instantly you want to too. And we're going to forever associate that expression now with the hatred of pedophiles. So it's just going to build and grow and swell over time.
Thus paving the way for the resurrection of Biggie Smalls as he takes us to the rapture.
FistShark Marketing is Jim Sterling, Conrad Zimmerman, and Paul Sincere. Theme music by Ben Rama. Additional music by Alizar Chan. Our editor is Alan Smithy. Get more episodes and learn how to support the show at FistShark.com. Follow us on Twitter at FistShark for more of our exploits. Complaints can be forwarded via email to fistsharkmarketing@aol.com. And remember, science does not remove the terror of the gods. Goodbye.